Okay, everybody, here we go. It's me, Gregory Mannarino, Friday, March 1st, 2024. This is my pre-market report. Let's start off with this. So, overnight, yesterday, as is standard procedure when the market is not open, the United States began to strike new targets in the Middle East. Now, are you watching crude oil? Put on a nice jump here, futures overnight. Obviously, we know what's going on here, people. There's so many facets to this, but let me just outline a couple or cover these again real quick. What's going on here? This is a mechanism to drive cash into the perceived safety of debt to drive the stock market higher. That's what this is all about. You think we're really defending United States interests? How about no? What they're doing is what they usually do, propping up the stock market during a presidential selection cycle here, and this mechanism is working. The 10-year yield dropped slightly, okay? The dollar on a relative strength basis didn't do too much, so there's no fear trade. But crude oil being bid higher, you know how this works. Crude oil catching a bid like it is right now on the back of these new airstrikes over there in the Middle East, okay? This mechanism props up the energy sector, energy stocks, companies. Obviously, it helps defense stocks as well here. And this obviously puts a boost under the market. Now, look, as you and I have seen, it's obscene what we're witnessing here. What am I talking about? A market that is unstoppable in the face of every single thing that gets thrown at it. Just yesterday, new record high for the S&P 500, new record high for the NASDAQ, Dow right behind. We're going to be getting more record highs moving forward. Despite, again, I understand and I listen to all of you. Greg, this guy's saying this and this guy's saying that. Everyone's telling us to get out of the market except you, me. Because these people who are telling you that they don't understand the mechanism, they don't know what's going on here, they don't understand how cash moves through the market, they don't understand the fakery, the deceptions, this freak show that we are in. So what you and I are going to continue to do is weaponize the system against those who are seeking to destroy us. That's what this is all about, people. I understand all of this stuff, and nothing makes sense. Does any of this make sense to you? If you were looking at this from a different perspective, let's say from the average guy, oh my goodness, war is breaking out, war is getting worse, the economy is in free fall, although the propaganda ministry, they're going to tell you how great everything is until they have to revise numbers down, like fourth quarter GDP. Oh, you see, they praise this thing as if it's the second coming, and then when all of a sudden it gets downgraded, well, they don't tell you that. They hide it. It's not easy to find out some information because it's deliberately hidden from view. You understand? So anyway, with regard to this market, it's a very, very simple mechanism here, people, to understand what's going on and what you and I need to do to protect ourselves and make the system work for us. That's what I'm about here. I want all of you to prosper, period, okay? Not be afraid, but look at the current situation. Imagine where we're going. I mean, it's pretty easy. And then think about what you need to do. It's that simple here. I put out suggestions, what Greg's favorite asset is. Greg's favorite two assets are on the face of the earth: silver number 1, gold number 2, platinum and palladium number 3. I happen to like cryptocurrencies as well. Bitcoin this morning about 62,000, just over that. Crypto's an aggregate doing pretty well. And I know there's so many people that hate cryptocurrency. If you could just snap out of it for a moment and realize that you can call it whatever you want. It's tulip mania, it's faking, whatever. But if there's an opportunity here, and I believe that's true, obviously do your own research to make what may be a staggering amount of cash here moving forward. Even if you were to put a little cash to work in cryptocurrency, let's say Bitcoin, I hurt anyone here. At the same time, look, you know me. I am not a one-trick pony. Greg Mannarino is in a lot of different assets. If you had to pick one, it's going to be this. It's going to be silver. I tell you that all the time. But if you have the ability to get spread out here, to gain exposure to commodities, gain exposure to crude oil. I mean, I have put out, I don't know, 4, 5, maybe 6 lists, complete lists of exchange-traded funds which would give you exposure to commodities. And some of these pay dividends. In my free newsletter, link below. Take advantage of these things. I work my butt off, really, to try to put this into perspective for all of you. I feel like we're a family. I feel like we got to take care of each other here. And I believe that's what we're doing here. So anyway, what's the story here? War is raging, okay? And increasing attacks over there in the Middle East by the United States and its so-called coalition partners. Not one is a BRICS nation here. We know what's going on. This is a message. This is a political message. You have to understand. War achieves a political end via other means. That's really what it's all about here. And this has nothing to do with the lie that has been sold to us, okay? Why we're hitting targets over there. This is war across the board for the sake of pulling cash into the now in extreme amounts. It has to go like that. You understand the mechanism of the debt-based economic model, which you and I have discussed at length for 10 years. I'm almost getting sick of talking about it, but we're getting some new people here. Although, let me just say this too. I've had, I had a lot of, I pick on President Creature, Biden, Stein all the time. And I really don't cut Trump any slack either, as you all well know. I mean, I for those of you that can't handle the truth, you got to go someplace else. The man, Trump, did call for negative rates, which means if he would have got his wish, you would have to pay the banks to keep your cash in there. He was calling for a weaker dollar as well, because this would boost the stock market. It wouldn't help you as a member of the middle class. It would enrich the 1% and 2%ers. So, so both of these creatures have their elements here. But I do hammer Biden a lot. And I have heard from many people who, I'm unsubscribing from you, Greg, because, Biden's a good guy. You have to understand what's going on here, okay? The man has a pretty big following. And with regard to people getting student loan relief, we talked about this, and I got badgered by that one person, which I outlined for all of you. I told you, oh, this guy, I'm free from my student loan. What he's doing is devaluing these degrees here. And of course, for that person's entire life, they'll be earning less money. Although, yes, see, people think in the short run all the time, unfortunately. You got to think long term. Longer term, all these people that are getting relief from their debt, all they're doing is devaluing their degree from their degree debt. And of course, they will earn less money through their entire life. And but people can't see these kinds of things. It's just hidden in plain sight. People can't think outside the box. Even if they go out and get a college degree anymore, it's almost worthless if you ask me. You want to do something today, go to a trade school. That's I think what people need to do. Honestly, learn a trade. Anyway, so with regard to this market here, we got the 10-year yield lower on the back of more attacks. We got, like I said, dollar not doing too much. Gold and silver catching a bid. Crude oil surging on the back of these new attacks, which is going to go on and on. This is not going to stop. The spending for war, more wars, and everything that you could dream about is going to be thrown at you. Okay? They're going to make things up that are going to seem like science fiction in order to keep the system going. Oh, did you hear? Our lovely politicians, they found a way to kick the can down the road yet again. This is part of the mechanism here, people. We can't have a budget because it will restrain spending. They will, again, they're going to lie to you. They're going to distract you. They're going to deceive you repeatedly. And that's just the way it's going to go. All right, people, look, you know what today is? Today is the first of the month. On the first of every month, I humbly ask for your support. I got your back, and I know you got mine. Hey, Greg, you're doing a good job. All I ask for is $5. $5. And you can do this several ways. In the description of this video is a link to PayPal, a link to Stripe. You want to send me cryptocurrency? I appreciate that too. But please support my work. I got you, and I know you got me back. All right, so I hope you do take advantage of that and support my work. All right. With that said, people, I will see all of you later. 4:05 p.m. Eastern for my live stream. I hope to see you there. And we got this, people. We cannot be beaten. We can't be beaten because we know what they want. We know who our enemy is. And frankly, we know what to do about it. I don't know another way to say this to all of you. All right? I'll see you later.